and Mike.
What? Walker Zimmerman has no regard for human life or the rules of the game. They're going to put that tackle on World Star. That was so savage and thoroughly unnecessary. I don't know why we came out in the second half like the Iran fans singing the national anthem. Welcome to Open Mic. We like to start the show with a few stories or a hot take on a story you're not likely to see anywhere else. I'm from gorgeous Prince George's, and now I spill the tea in DC, so you know these jokes come from a place of love, if in fact that was something I was capable of. Let's start things off in Maryland, my home state, where online sports betting launched an operational test today with a full launch of mobile and online sports betting set for Wednesday, November 23rd.
Online sports betting in Maryland will begin just in time for Thanksgiving football. It's set to launch as early as Monday. Now, companies like FanDuel and DraftKings are ready to jump right on in, but as Scott Broom reports, other licensees, including an affiliate of the Washington Commanders, are going to need a little extra time to get set up.
Of course, the Commanders aren't ready. They won yesterday and still can't get right. But thankfully, Marylanders won't have to rely on the burgundy and gold to place their bets.
At least 7 companies, including industry giants like FanDuel and DraftKings, will be going live in Maryland Monday for a so-called operational test between 2 to 10 p.m. when customers can log on and make bets on events like Monday Night Football.
Man, they got everybody in there. I was looking for Uncle Tim's bets and things. You hear that? It's 7 p.m. right now, which means I'm leaving the station as soon as the show ends and headed for the Bethesda border. DC, get it together. Maryland just got gambling 45 minutes ago, and they about to be way out in front of you. You need to solve your sports betting woes. It is good to know that I now have Virginia and Maryland there for me when it's time to outsource my gambling habit, which is what I have to do. Disgusting. I chose this next story because it's about to affect most, if not all of us. The Transportation Security Administration announced the busiest travel days of the holiday season, and the 2 busiest days this week are expected to be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
We're definitely seeing a steady flow of passengers coming in here now. We're expecting nearly 55 million people to be getting out on the road and in the skies this weekend to travel for Thanksgiving. But if you are going to be traveling a little later this morning, this is probably the best time this week to do it.
I'm sorry, I was just staring with envy at all of those people that got to leave already. 55 million people? Good Lord, that's a lot of people. This morning, by the way, was the best time to leave. Really? Yeah, so it looks like we're already too late. I also love that the TSA thought that we actually needed a report to tell us that traveling on the day before Thanksgiving would be terrible. Any procrastinator could have told you that. When it comes to Christmas, the most crowded travel day is December 27th, and the second most crowded, December 23rd. What that says to me is that everybody wants to get where they're going before Christmas Eve and then get home to prep for New Year's Eve. It takes a few days to transition from spiked eggnog to champagne, or if you're me, Steel Reserve to Steel Reserve. So if you're going to be in the roads or in the air, be careful. I want everybody to be safe and healthy. Maryland has sports gambling now. I need y'all to come back home ready to bet so these payouts will be as high as possible. Let's go to Battle Creek, Michigan for this next story. Oh yeah, if we're going to Battle Creek, Michigan, you know we're talking about cereal. Kellogg's has announced a contest where the builder of the best gingerbread house made from Pop-Tarts will win $15,000 they can put towards their mortgage on an actual home. Now, this sounds cool, but y'all ain't slick. Do you have any idea how many packs of Pop-Tarts people are going to go through trying to build a gingerbread house? They're going to make that $15,000 back in the first hour of this contest. I myself would enter, but I can't make a decent gingerbread house with actual gingerbread, and judging by my current domicile, I can't make a regular house with all of the elements. So it's going to be harder when the building blocks are filled with nougat or whatever it is that's inside a Pop-Tart. I'm not a pastry scientist. But some lucky and extremely crafty soul is going to win enough money for a nice down payment on a home in some other city. Ain't happening here. You know that. My only advice to anybody planning on taking this challenge is to keep a vacuum handy, because don't get crumbs all over your current home while you're trying to build the sugary house of your dreams. Let's go to Virginia Tech for this last story, where the Virginia Tech Police Department has added a new officer to its ranks, a pony named Ringo.
This is Ringo. He's the newest crime stopping, heart stealing,
Can
handshaking
you say shake? Good boy.
member of the patrol.
He has his own community policing program called Where's Ringo, the police patrol pony.
Now, Crow Gwendolyn, what's the relationship between ponies and horses? Are ponies just like horses with Napoleonic complexes? Or what? I don't understand. Like, what are they the little kids who just refuse to grow up and just in perpetual adolescence, like adults that make their living on Twitch? I don't know. Y'all get at me and get in my mentions and explain science and nature to me, please. By the way, Ringo is going to take down criminals with cuteness, because you'll never take me alive. Is that a pony? I'll surrender if you let me pet him. I'm a fan of Ringo right here. This is how you rehabilitate your image as a police force, because a horse wouldn't have done it. But Ringo here, done. Nobody wants to defund Ringo. This is clearly where that money should go. You need less Humvees and more ponies. Ringo needs a reality show. I can't believe Animal Planet hasn't approached the force about that yet. Then again, they probably have, but the cops won't let them see the footage on Ringo's body cam. My favorite story today, you would think it would be Ringo, as much as I like Ringo, but you know, it's my home state of Maryland getting sports betting. They just got gambling 45 minutes ago, and they're already ahead of DC. The shame. DC, step your game up if you don't want me driving to Silver Spring to lose money. Up, too late, I'm already gone.